Welcome to Shedding Shackles. Today's topic is Dealing with Stress, Part 2. And now, here's your Shedding Shackles host, Roland Trujillo.
Welcome everyone, my name is Roland. The program is called Shedding Shackles. Today I want to talk about stress. You know, I've been at this stress business now for many years, over 30 years on the radio. I've written a lot of books about it, made a lot of videos about it, made a lot of radio programs about it. And what is stress? It's a lack of faith and a lack of love. But that's the way we're born. We're born into a fallen world. When you come into the world, you have a brightness. You're very close to the kingdom of God when you're a little tiny babe. And you have intuition. You can see things wordlessly and know things wordlessly. And it's beautiful. But you were born into a fallen world where a lot of people have messed up a lot, and they don't want to see that they messed up. They don't want to see it. They just don't. It's too much for them to bear. And so they don't like a little child looking at them with bright eyes. The light makes them aware of their own wrong, their own impatience, their own lack of love. They don't want to see it. And so that's what you were born into. Doesn't matter what part of the world you came from. And it's in every family with very, 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 very few exceptions. And so the light was not appreciated. The brightness was not appreciated. But nevertheless, you managed to get to where you are now, but now you've got problems, and your problems are stemming from the fact that you fell away from your intuition. If you had stayed close to your intuition and never strayed from it, then you wouldn't have the conflict that you have now. And you wouldn't have to escape. What are you escaping for? Have you ever wondered? When you stand in front of the fridge looking for something to eat and you're not even hungry. Or when you puff on your marijuana or your cigarette or drink your alcohol. Or you got to have your music or your video game. What's that all about? What are you escaping from? Well, you're escaping from the truth. It's that simple. Light of reality. When you encounter a person who's honest and straightforward and plain-spoken, with a brightness in them, maybe you too shy away. You don't like it. So now, do you see why you're stressed? Why you're so prone to be stressed by little things and big things? Like I've always said, if you can't handle the little things, then how are you going to handle the big ones? If you can't handle a little delay in traffic, somebody a little bit slow in front of you in line, if you can't handle your wife saying something or your husband saying something or your child making a demand, if you resent other people instead of overlooking their flaws, how can you then handle the big stresses? Do you see what I mean? You have to be able to handle the little ones. So let me help you handle the little ones. Then you can handle the big. You'll grow in character. See, now you don't have any character, very little. See, you threw your character away. Piece, by conforming, by going along, by, that's right, conforming, going along, not wanting to rock the boat. And so you threw away the real life for a false life. So now do you see why you're so stressed? See, if you stood for truth and for principle, unwaveringly, without flinching, without second thought, then there would be nothing to be upset about, nothing to be fearful of, nothing to be angry about. Do you understand? If you had perfect love for other people, there'd be nothing to be angry at them for. You might see their mistakes, but you wouldn't be angry at them. Do you understand? I'm a man with a microphone, so people ask. No, I don't have a church. I do not have a church. I'm just a person, and I open my mouth and I talk. And if what I say strikes a responsive chord, then that's good. So you have to develop character, but you can't give yourself character. Character comes from your Creator. That's right. When you adhere to principle, when you love principle, when you do what's right without second thought, without a thought of the outcome, you do what's right, then you don't have stresses. Yes, there are stresses. Stresses will still present themselves, but those stresses only help you to become stronger. See, in order for the lion tamer to be strong and have courage, there has to be a lion. Do you understand? If there's no danger, how can there be courage? So the stresses. Yes, and what are the stresses? Your neighbor, your boss, your wife, your kids. See, do you see now why if you don't even have the character to be patient with your kids and overlook the imperfections of your partner, then you have very little character. But what you are good at is people-pleasing and appeasing. Oh, yes, you're very good at appeasing and going along. See? Going along to get along. That you're good at. That doesn't require any character. So, I think I've made my point. You need character. You have to return to what you were once close to when you were a little child. You must return to your intuition, which is from God, and start to live according to it. You understand? So you have to find your intuition. And instead of running from it, it now feels like conscience. Instead of running from it and fleeing from it and hating it in the eyes of other people when they see you for what you are, you hate being seen for what you are. No, instead, you have to welcome conscience. Welcome it, because it can change you. See, your angers and your resentments and your hatreds and your appeasing people has made you into what you are now. But if you go the other way, if you come back to character again and live from character and flow from character and flow from intuition, let's put it that way. Flowing from intuition, you have character, which refreshes itself, like the little pixels on the screen refreshing themselves, like on a television screen. Your character comes into you from your Creator. Endlessly refreshing. There's never a moment that you've arrived. It's always refreshing, as long as you remain in touch with your intuition from God, the inner light. You have to walk in the light. You have to walk in the light. You have to find the light. How will you find the light? You want to be able to deal with stress? You want to be a better wife or a husband, partner or parent? You have to find the light. Find the light. And you find the light when you learn to be still and stop running from it. So now we're talking about how to deal with stress, and I said that you need character. And you can't build character yourself. You can't make yourself wise or gracious or kind or thoughtful or courageous. You need a substance of character. And the substance of character is what you become when you are a child of the light. Look, a beautiful plant like a rose. It's so beautiful. It reaches up its leaves to the sun. And from the sun comes warmth and light. And the plant collates a few little things that it gets from the soil. And somehow in the light of the sun, it makes a beautiful, beautiful plant. It grows leaves and then beautiful roses. That's its character, bequeathed to it from God. But it grows in the light. Do you understand? So if you try to escape from your conscience, if you try to run from your conscience and escape into music, into friends, into work, into marijuana, into alcohol, into video games, into anything, or into thought. That's our favorite escape right there. Endlessly thinking, planning, worrying, reliving the past, daydreaming of the future. As long as you escape into that ersatz virtual world, you're escaping from God's light. Oh, that you could become still and, like the beautiful rose, absorb the wonderful light from God. Well, you can, but you have to find it. You have to find God's light. And how do you find it? You have to become still. You have to become still. And you have to want the light. That's right, because it's there. And like I've said recently, I've said grace is there, forgiveness is there, love is there. It's all there. All you have to do is grasp it. But now, you don't want to admit you're wrong. See, or you don't want to give up something. You don't want to give up a grudge against someone. See, or there's something that you want in the world, make it too important. But maybe you can sit still and start to realize what's really important in life. Realize what's really important in life. And get the little meditation that I have that teaches you how to become still. If you are sitting in your room, sitting in your chair at the desk, or sitting on your sofa, or maybe laying in bed, you can close your eyes and look at the little pixels of light on the inside of your eyelids. You see that light? That delicate glow of light, those little pixels or particles of light. That's God's light. That's spiritual light. Walk in the light. Learn to be still. Let go of your resentments toward people. Let it go. You can see people are all messed up, and so your parents were messed up too. They were doing the best they could, so forgive them. Forgive everyone. Let it go. Make it unimportant. Take time to refine yourself. Take time to find your Creator. Life will be beautiful, and life will be sweet, and you will grow like the beautiful rose.
In these challenging times in which we live, Roland has decided to make the complete 4-part meditation exercise available for free to those who cannot afford a donation. The meditation exercise is a tool for dealing with stress and remaining centered. To listen to the complete 4-part meditation exercise, simply go to sheddingshackles.com and click on the middle icon, Meditation. That's sheddingshackles.com.